Welcome back to our channel. If it's your first time here, I'm Barbs, this is Joe.
I'm Joe.
We've been traveling for 4 months full-time in this RV. We've been to awesome national parks on the east side of the country so far. Some of them are gonna be Smoky Mountains, Shenandoah National Park. In this video, we're gonna cover why we love Acadia National Park and things that we wish we knew prior to going to the park.
So this is probably the first video that we're gonna make of like a small series covering Acadia National Park. To start off, the park is split up into 3 parts. So it's Desert Island. The second I can't pronounce, but it's something I hope I didn't butcher that, which I probably did. And the second is Schoodic Peninsula. I hope I got that one right at least. So just to add on to that, since the park is split up into 3 parts, the daily entrance fee, it can range from $20 to $30 depending if you have a bicycle or if you have a motorcycle or just your private vehicle. And I think it's just free to walk up there. Or if you're VIP like us, we got the National Park Pass. Whoosh! And then you get to go to any park for free. Well, pay in advance. They do have a $7 annual pass at Acadia, so that's also good to know if you live in the area. That's just becomes one of your favorite parks and you want to go there all year round, just like Disney World or something. So something to consider. But
we do suggest to just pay 10 bucks more, $80 for the annual pass for all the national parks. It makes more sense. It covers all the national monuments,
yes,
all the battlefields and all the good stuff.
But we're just gonna cover the desert island, since that's probably our most time we spent, and that's kind of like the main island that pretty much everybody goes to. It has all the main trails and all the main features that the park provides. So something that we loved about Acadia National Park is that it has a beach. Like, I didn't know we were gonna walk to a beach, and it was very sandy, hence the name Sandy Beach. It was very beautiful, perhaps because of the main location that where it was. It was between, you know, Rocky Mountains, and I had it covered by a whole bunch of pine trees all over. It was real scenic and real beautiful, and also the water was crystal clear too. It kind of reminded us of the Miami South Beach water, except for the temperature, which we wish would have known it was like 55 degrees Fahrenheit or like 13 degrees Celsius, because my ass wouldn't probably knock on the water, and I was like, oh, I kind of didn't know it was gonna be that cold. I was like, damn. But I mean, it was cool to know. We wish we'd known that, kind of planned out better. Kind of spent like a whole day just at the beach itself, because it's very popular and there's a lot of families and people there just to hang out and, you know, throw a little frisbee, play a little beach volleyball and whatnot. And it also has the access of a main trail as well.
It's a good place to hang with family. If you have kids, that's perfect. If they're courageous enough to hop in the water, that would be even more awesome. So.
Or a little like cold plunge, you know, after a crazy hike, you go in there and, you know, recover.
Side note, if you're trying to do the Great Head Trail, you gotta walk to the beach. So you can either take off your shoes and leave them on to get to, we believe it's the beginning of the trail.
So speaking of trails, it's pretty cool. We actually did 4 of the main trails that Acadia National Park has to offer in Desert Island. From easiest to hard, we tried, you know, kind of work our way up to being more adventurous, you know, test our bravery a little bit. The first one was Jordan Pond Trail, which actually takes you around the entire Jordan Pond, hence the name. It's very cool.
It's a beautiful trail and it's super easy.
Yes, so a very beginner like trail, but I guess very scenic.
And we got lucky because we went multiple times to Acadia National Park. The very first time that we went, we did all the 3.5 miles. I think that's how long the trail is.
Oh yeah.
It was super foggy. It was super dramatic and awesome. And then the next time that we went, it was sunny as well. So we got to see like both sides of the Jordan Pond, which was awesome.
Yeah, and the second one was the Great Head Trail, which again you can access from Sandy Beach Trail. There's other access points, but that's where a lot of people like to access from. The third one was both the North and South Bubble. Great views once you get to the top. And the last one was probably the most craziest, adventurous, and like awesome trail we've done so far in all the national parks we've been to, which is BEEHIVE Trail. It's awesome. It's a little challenging. It gets a little narrow sometimes. Yeah, you literally have to push and climb yourself on these like metal bars. But the scene at the top is very worth it, or the view at the top is very well worth it once you get to the top, and it's very it's a good workout as well.
Even throughout the trail, the views are awesome, right? Like sometimes we'd stop and look around. It's just a beautiful view from the Atlantic Ocean. It was just beautiful. It was a good time. And we saw all kinds of people climbing, so don't feel that you have to be like crazy awesome at climbing, whatever. We saw kids, we saw
there's like 10-year-olds, elderly, some guy just kind of left his wife behind. He just got his 2 hiking sticks. I'm doing this with or without you, so I'm going. He got to the top. He wasn't too far behind from us, So I don't know if that shows a lot about us or maybe him. Something that we loved about Acadia National Park, and we wish we knew beforehand, is that they have a famous restaurant that they have in the park. And if you've been to other national parks, you probably already like know that not too many parks have well-known restaurants, yet alone you have to make reservations at this restaurant. And they have real good food, and they have a 125-year-old recipe of bread, or you know, also known as popovers, which is delicious, and they're actually like a Maine staple. So if you ever get the chance to actually make the reservation at Jordan's Pond, please try popover. Very delicious. But something we should know, you have to make a reservation for, I think it's lunch and dinner. For tea time, you don't have to make a reservation, but that's like, it's like a good hour or so in between lunch and dinner. I think they serve breakfast as well. But yes, also another thing, Maine is well known for their blueberries, so you gotta try their blueberry mojito. It was a very good extra special drink.
Everything blueberry in Maine is amazing. They bring jam, blueberry jam with the popover, and that
fresh,
combination,
hot.
Guys,
yeah,
you have to just try it. It's so good.
Oh yeah. One thing we didn't do, but we thought was very considerate for the park to offer, was free transportation all over the park, even on the other parts of the island, or the other two islands, as well as the known town of Bar Harbor. So they offer free transportation. So we did try to use it one time to go check out Jordan's Pond when we were I think at the sandy beach, but we had to quickly get off because we didn't know that there was because of the timing as well, and there wouldn't be another bus to take us back to our parking location. Yeah. So keep that in mind. If you are going to use a free transportation, study the map. You can access the bus information on the Acadia National Park website. So it's under the directions and transportation tab, and then you go to Island Explorer, and there you can find a whole bunch of information all right there. You
can also use on the app as well, NPS, just download on your phone. You have all the information on there as well.
So if you are going to use a free transportation, please do yourself a favor and visit the town of Bar Harbor. It's another reason why we added Acadia at the top of our list for national parks, because it was close to this town. This town has so much to offer, with cool restaurants and bars and other, like, you know, live music all around, and different lobster rolls and blueberry ale to try. It's an awesome town to go walk around and go, you know, souvenir shopping, and of course watch the sunsets.
That's a beautiful spot by the water, so make sure you don't miss that.
And if you time it right, you can also walk on water. Well, not walk on water, but basically walk through the Atlantic Ocean when it's low tide. But please don't forget to like walk back when it's low tide, otherwise you'll get stuck and you have to pay $150 for a water taxi. I know some people can drive their cars there, but I don't know, I wouldn't risk that, but up to you. Last but not least is the CADILLAC Mountain. We love this part of the Acadia National Park, and something that we wish we knew is how fast these reservations go. That's something that we wish we knew ahead of time, because we had to not only create an account on recreation.gov, that's a website you want to go to, not only make an account but also reserve your spots to go there. The cost to make the reservation for the either daytime or sunrise is $6 per vehicle, but to break that up, it's like $2 for the reservation and $4 per vehicle. But so just jam pack everybody you can in one vehicle to help you out. Oh, cool thing too, there's like tons of, I think it's 5 or 4 trails at CADILLAC Mountain, so that's also, you know, something to consider as well. But they have these slots, the slots open 10 a.m. every single day, and they go like that. So we make sure we have like everything open. You make sure to have like multiple devices open to secure your reservation, so that way you can either do the daytime or the sunset hikes, or your slots or whatnot.
So for sunrise specifically, every 2 days prior to the day that you want to go, that's when the spots open at 10 a.m. every morning.
Yeah.
A couple of times Joe and I tried, we had 2 phones ready to buy the ticket for the sunrise trail. In seconds, it was just gone.
Like in less than a minute.
So
just keep in mind, like, not only us, but there's like hundreds, maybe thousands of other people that were on the same website trying to get that spots open.
It's very competitive. So don't get frustrated if you can't do that. We couldn't do that, and still had a great time. We decided to go for sunset instead. It was great, but unfortunately we had this big massive cloud in front of the sun. We couldn't see the sunset, but we had a good time. I think next time that we go to CADILLAC Mountain, we can do the whole CADILLAC Mountain experience a bit more in depth, I guess, because we didn't get to enjoy that much in this trip.
Exactly. Oh, and make sure when you are booking your tickets or your reservations that it's for the right date, because somebody booked another date that wasn't it, and you're gonna be like all confident, yeah, this is my reservation right here.
Here's my QR code.
Ma'am, this is actually for tomorrow. So yeah, sorry, get back.
So we had to just go back to the park. But props to having an annual pass. We didn't pay anything, whatever.
Exactly.
So we're good.
One thing to keep in mind as well, please, if you are going to visit or the CADILLAC Mountain, sunrise this season is from, like, I think it's from October 6th through March 7th. So make sure to go between those dates, so that way you can see the first sunrise in the United States at CADILLAC Mountain. We went during, like, so
it was August
around the time, so that's why we chose the sunset to go see that.
So you do get to see the sunrise every single time, year round, obviously all year round.
It's not the first,
but it's not the first sunlight.
And if it's not first, it's second. No, if it's not first, you're last.
You're last, so there you go. It's something that we definitely want to enjoy a bit more next time we go to Acadia, because it's a massive mountain. It does have a visitor center there. You get to get your coffee, some snacks as well.
Some chocolate covered blueberries.
Oh, that was really good.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot to do at the mountain.
So there you have it, guys. Those are the things, reasons why we love Acadia National Park and why it's at the top of our list of all the East Coast parks that we visited so far, and all the things that we wish we knew. But yeah, so stay tuned for the other 2-part series or 3-part series that we have coming for you guys, and more info on Acadia National Park. Thank you, and see you there.